I'm a real accountant, and today I'm going to be reacting to some TikTok tax and financial advice. Make sure you stick around to the end because these get crazier and crazier as we go. So let's start with this first one that says easiest way to make $1 million.
The easiest way to make $1 million is buy something that's $10 million, buy it for 8, and you sell it to somebody else for 10. There you go, you made 2.
Okay, well that sounds very simple, isn't it? Just buy something that's worth $10 million for $8 million and sell it to someone else for $10 million. Well, that's easy. Just the only problem is you need $8 million to do that, and you also need to find something that's $2 million discounted.
You don't have to do anything, you just buy something that's worth a lot and sell it to someone for a little bit more. How do you think guys make $1 billion? They buy something that's $10 billion and they sell it for 11, they made $1 billion. That's how that kind of money is made. They're not making it, they're arbitraging value.
Okay, well, the general principles of arbitrage, yes, that is correct. If you can buy things for less than what they're worth and sell them, that's great. But the examples he's using are just ludicrous. Like, oh yeah, just buy something for $1 billion and sell it for $2 billion. Like, that's just not realistic for the everyday person. This next one is tax related.
Fun little thing called tax time.
Dun, dun.
And so I wanted to remind everyone of all of the work from home expenses you can claim. So the first one is home office equipment, and you can claim up to $300. So even if you don't have the receipts.
Alright, stop right there. I've covered this before. Yes, there is a $300 thing where you can claim without receipts, but that's across all of your deductions. So you can't claim $300 for work from home and then $300 for uniform, etc. This is across everything. So keep your receipts. You won't have this issue.
Any other tech that you have, so like printers, if you have a tripod, also utilities.
Yep, that is true. If you're using a printer for work, you may be able to claim it. It's likely that it will need to be depreciated if it's over $300. So just be aware of that.
So your phone bill for your mobile, your internet plan, your electricity, all of like your usual home expenses, you can claim at tax time.
Alright, she's kind of right there that yes, if you're using your phone and internet for work, you can claim them on your tax return. They will need to be apportioned based on the percentage that is for work purposes. So be careful with that. You can't claim 100% of your phone bill. When it comes to utilities, don't just claim a percentage of your electricity bill. There is multiple methods that you can calculate this. Go and check out the video I've done on this topic, but don't just go and claim 50% of your electricity bill. It's not the way to do it.
You can buy a handbag of up to $300 and claim it. I think it's up to $300. I'll have to check that.
Sorry, what? Hang on. Let's play that again.
You can buy a handbag of up to $300 and claim it. I think it's up to $300. I'll have to check that.
Again, this $300 thing. Why does everyone keep bringing this up? And a handbag, really?
But, yeah, I was doing my taxes and he was like, have you bought a handbag this year? And I was like, no. He was like, are you sure there's not a work bag that you use for work? And I was like, no, just use a tote bag. And he was like, well, next year, why don't you go buy a handbag for yourself? And he's like, because you can claim that. And I was like, I will.
Alright, be very careful if your accountant's really trying to push you towards something. Make sure you're doing your own research and actually have a good accountant. So you may be able to claim a handbag if it's just carrying work items 100% of the time. For instance, maybe you're using it to carry your laptop to work. Now, this is a very general piece of advice that I would never give anyone. I'll go and buy a handbag because you can claim it. I really would hope this guy is only giving it to a specific person and really explaining the ins and outs of that. Straight away, I know this one's going to be interesting because it's the old TikTok trend of what's a piece of information that you learn that feels illegal to know.
What's a piece of information that you learned that feels illegal to know?
I'm going to tell you how to get large companies to pay you from home. Step 1 is to make sure you have a brokerage account. If you don't already have a brokerage account, check my referral link in the bio. Step 2 is to purchase a stock with dividends. A dividend is a sum of money paid out by a company to its shareholders regularly. Here's a list of the highest paying dividend stocks of 2021.
I'm not going to keep going with this. She's really promoting it as, oh, you know, this is how you can get paid by big companies from home and buy their shares that have dividends. Well, yes, we all know that that can be done, but these companies aren't paying you for being at home. They're paying for you to invest in their company and paying you out a dividend. They're not just paying you to sit at home. These people try and take advantage of the little knowledge people have. They're trying to target people that don't even know what a dividend is. And they're making it sound like, hey, just go and buy Apple stocks and they're going to pay you to work from home without really explaining that they're just paying you a dividend. This next one's titled Bitcoin Tax.
What do you do when the government tries to tax your Bitcoin?
And at the end of the day, you can tell everybody to go themselves. You can put it in your head, memorize the freaking key, right? And it's here. And then, the classic Bitcoiner response is, oh, yeah, my Bitcoin, I lost it in a boating accident.
The old boating accident.
You ever heard that phrase? It's kind of a trope, but what it means is, at the end of the day, if you push me too far, I lost it. It's gone.
This is a common argument I've definitely heard being a crypto tax specialist is, oh, well, will the government even know that I've got crypto? And they may not. You may be able to hide it from them. But what are you doing with those funds afterwards? And that's the question I'd always ask someone. It's like, yep, you've made millions of dollars in crypto. Maybe it's sitting in a wallet that was never registered to your name. If you pull that back to an exchange that the government knows is linked to your name, you're in trouble. Or maybe you're starting to live this lavish lifestyle that doesn't match your tax returns. You're in trouble again. Yeah, the boating accident thing is pretty funny kind of meme that generated in the crypto community, but probably not really going to work unless you've really thought out what you're actually going to spend your crypto on. This one is titled How to Make $1 Million in 2023. So, hey, I'm interested. I want to make $1 million in 2023.
So you want to make $1 million this year, which is possible, and here's how you're going to do it. So first, grab yourself a notepad and a cool looking pen, kind of like this. Now your job is to write down a bunch of different tech ideas. Could be anything from a dating app all the way to a strip club in the metaverse. Once you pick an idea that you like, go over to Upwork.com and assemble a team. Since I'm building a strip club in the metaverse, I needed to outline what I wanted it to look like. Now send this to your team, and they're going to build the entire thing for you. Right now, you can actually walk around in it. It's pretty sick. So now that you made your idea turn into a real thing, how are you going to make money? You need to integrate your own cryptocurrency into the game itself. For example, if people want to get through these doors and enter the strip club, they need to pay in this crypto. And then you take a small fee to profit and also grow the company. Then create some NFTs and tie them into the actual game. And for this game, those NFTs are actually the strippers.
I'm cutting it off before he gives his plug there. This is just ludicrous. Do you really think you can just write down tech ideas and just go to Upwork and someone's going to build your crazy tech idea and you're going to make $1 million? Before we even get into the crypto and NFT side of this, that just isn't going to work. Do you really think Facebook was built via Upwork? Ideas are great, but you need to have some ability to execute. Now, yes, you can use things like Upwork to get people to do parts of it, but you're not just going to be outsource the whole thing and create $1 million product. I mean, your idea would have to be amazing, and I'm not quite sure a strip club in the metaverse is that. Then we're going to just creating a crypto coin. That causes a range of issues, legal issues, tax issues. No, don't go and do that unless you've done a lot of research, especially not just, I'm going to create a coin and then I'm just going to integrate NFTs. There's just so many issues with this. This is not how you make $1 million in 2023. These ideas that people are throwing out on TikTok are just insane. They make it sound so easy, but the reality is, unfortunately, it takes hard work to make $1 million. You can't just go and use Upwork and create a strip club in the metaverse. Have you ever seen some crazy advice on TikTok? Drop a comment down below. Let me know what to go and check out, and I'll make another one of these reacting to more TikToks.